Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you how I put on foundation. This is my way of putting on foundation. I'm not saying that this is the right way, the only way. There's so many different ways one could put foundation on. You could use your fingers, you could use a stippling brush, you could use just a regular foundation brush, or even a beauty blender, but this is just how I do mine. I've tried different techniques over the years, and I find that this is the one technique which really works for me. So I just wanted to take this time out to show you what I do, and I found that it gives me a really lovely, flawless finish. It's like an airbrush finish, and I usually find that I get some compliments when I apply my foundation this way. So I thought I would share it with you. So for foundation, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. With this one, it's not full coverage. I really wouldn't say it is. It's a buildable coverage, which is why I like it a lot. I could apply one coat if I just want to go out, nothing really fancy out to work, or I don't want I just want a really nice natural finish. Or I could put another coat over that and kind of get a full coverage there. Not quite full like you'd get with like the Marc Jacob foundation, but it's pretty good. I think it's very buildable, which is what I like. Okay, so this is what I do. First, you have to, of course, moisturize your skin depending on what kind of skin you have. I have oily combination skin, so I get oily right here underneath my eyes. So yeah, I like to use actually I use this primer. This has been working for me lately. It's like a mattifying face primer. I got it from Ulta Beauty. And I actually mix my primers. I use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. It's a smooth and blur primer, and so I put that all over my face. Right now I have a little bit of eyeshadow on and my lipstick, and that's pretty much all I have on. So I do it. You always have to prime your face before you apply foundation. It just helps it sit a lot better and last a whole lot longer. So this, I believe, is a must. So I apply that all over my face where my foundation will go, and then I finish off with the mattifying face primer. Dab it on. It's all over. I honestly don't think you could use too much primer, to be honest. I just love it. I love it because you have different primers that give you different effects, whatever you want. Like I said, the first one is just a smooth and blur, and then the second one I use is a mattifying. So I feel you could get so many different effects at the same time. Okay, so now this is what I do. This is what I just started doing, and I just found out about this Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filt'r. It's not a foundation, guys. A lot of people think it is, but it really is not. I think this comes in 3 different shades, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. I think there are 3, depending on your skin tone. I use the dark number 7 dark matte. I think there are 2 other shades for lighter skin tones. So what I do is I take a little bit of the Flawless Filt'r and put it on the back of my hand like this. It comes with this application brush. I never put it on my face. I just put it directly on my hand. And then with my Fenty Beauty, I put about the same amount, like that. So you see they're pretty much the same shade, if you can see that. So I just mix those. I mix that in. And then with my finger, I just dab like that. Just all around my face, under my eyes. And like I said, guys, I'm not saying this is the right, the one and only way to do it. This is just what works for me. And then I actually just started using the, the brush that goes with the Fenty Beauty. It is this one. I think it works really well with her foundation. It's just the, you know, the Fenty Beauty. It's really pretty. The only thing I don't like about this brush is it's really difficult. It's hard to clean, a lot harder than the norm. So I just work it under my eyes first, just like that. And guys, regarding the eyeshadow, sometimes I put my eyeshadow on before I put my foundation, and this just kind of helps with I get lazy. You know, after I put my foundation, I don't want the eyeshadow to fall onto the foundation that I worked so hard on, you know. So I just put my eyeshadow on first and then work the foundation afterwards. But there are actually different ways to get around that. I mean, you could always put your foundation on first, and then you could use your powder underneath your eyes, you know, while you're putting your eyeshadow on, so the products could fall onto the powder. By powder, I mean like your banana powder, you know, your baking, you know, to bake your baking powder, whatever. Anyway, I put it underneath, work on my eyeshadow, and then it falls onto the powder. Then I, you know, use my brush and just kind of, you know, push all that away. So the eyeshadow tends to go away with the powder. But sometimes I'm too lazy for that, so I just put on my eyeshadow first. And guys, don't forget your neck, because you want everything around here to be the same skin tone. You don't want your face to be one color and your neck to be another color. And then I try to go around my ear, you know, just like that. Make sure you really get all the spots and you don't miss anything. Alright, so I think this is a really, really nice brush. It works so well with this foundation. Okay, so now the next thing I do is, go with my concealer, and this is the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. I usually go about one shade lighter than my skin tone for this. So I conceal under my eyes because my eyes get really dark. I know a lot of people have the same issue that I do. So hopefully this will work for you too. So I just go underneath my eyes where I see dark spots that I want filled. I just kind of go over them like that. And then, okay, so I've been loving Fenty. I guess I have been, because I have a lot of her products, whatever. But this is the Fenty Beauty Concealer Brush. It's a little dirty, sorry, but I've been using this all day, so I haven't had the time to clean it. So I use the concealer brush and then just kind of work that under my eye, just like that. The main thing is you really need to make sure you blend it all out. Okay. I don't think this brush does a very good job blending, so you could actually use your beauty blender as well to make sure it's all blended. Okay, so I just use this brush to apply it the first time, just the first application, like that. Okay, and then I go in with my beauty blender. Sometimes I do. Guys, I'm lazy, okay? The shortcut to me is the best cut, okay? But I'm going to show you what I do when I'm feeling like I really need some time to glam up a little bit. I use my beauty blender, you know, just wet it. Get it wet. And then just kind of work that concealer in. Work it in. And guys, you need to get this the sponge a little more wet than I'm doing. The best way to do this is to get it under running water, and you know, get that water into the brush, into the sponge, make sure it soaks it all in, and then wring out the excess water, and then you know that you have it exactly the way it should be. I don't have time to get up and go to the bathroom or anything, so I'm just doing the best I can right now. All right, so I think that's pretty good. You know, the main thing is to get it all blended in. All right, so I still have a little bit of product on my hand. This, I'm gonna do a 2-coat deal. Usually this is how I would go out. This is the only application I would use, just this 1 coat, but since I want to show you the extra, I'll do my 2 coats. So I'll get a little bit more of my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filt'r, just a little bit, and a little bit more of my foundation, because I still have some on my hand. So like before, you know, kind of blend that together. And then at this point you can use your finger and dab 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 just like you did before, or just go with your stippling brush. And guys, I love this. This, I believe, is the best kind of brush to use if you want like a flawless natural finish, like I just got out of bed look. This gives you that. It's awesome. So you can use this by itself without going through the using the other brush. So I just pick up the product with the brush and then dab 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 all over my face, or you could use your finger to put it on, and then you just stipple it in. So this way I can make sure everything's nice and blended in. And like I said, this Fenty Beauty is not completely full coverage, so you still see some dark spots, of course. Maybe the next time I'll show you my Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation and how good that is. It's like a full coverage and it's so awesome. I probably should have used that for this tutorial, but it's okay. You guys get the gist. You know what I'm doing. So you just work it in, just a thin brush like that. It's so pretty glow. It gives you such a pretty natural glow. All right. I like to, may have put a little too much there. I think I got a little carried away there, guys. Okay, so let me try to blend that in. You know, you can use your finger, you know, use whatever works for you. Just as long as you blend it in. So blend, blend, blend. You don't want the cakey look, you know, where people can tell you have foundation on. I don't like that at all. I like it to look as natural as possible, as natural as foundation can look, you know. So just like that. I love this brush, guys, and this is actually from BH Cosmetics. It's the number 9 stippling brush. It is so soft. It just feels so good. I could do this all day, like really just sit here and buff or stipple all day. All right, so wait, I'm starting to lose my light out there, guys, so I'm gonna try to work a little bit faster. Okay, so once you have that on, at this point you could skip this step if you want to. Sometimes I go in with a concealer that is about 2 shades lighter than my skin tone. Now, remember the first one I used was 1 shade lighter. This one's 2 shades, and what it does is it helps with the dark spots, dark circles under your eyes, and it also acts as a highlighter. I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm not showing you how to highlight on this video. This is just my foundation routine, okay? But I just find that this step helps a little bit. So I just take a little dab of that, not too much, and then go under my eye just like that. And oh yeah, guys, I'm using Kevin, I have no clue how to say this, guys, I'm sorry. Aucoin, I should know that, shouldn't I? I really should, but I'm sorry. Kevin whatever. Don't judge, okay? all I care about is the product. I don't care about the name. So this is such a good product. I love it. So since I'm going to be highlighting, I go where the sun will kiss, right down my nose, right on top of my forehead, my chin area. That's pretty much it, not too much. And then I go back with my Fenty Beauty brush and just try to get that in. Okay, so just like that, just work it in. I just love this concealer so much. It gives you such full coverage, really full coverage. And then let's try to work that in. And this is where I'll go in with my beauty blender again and then just kind of make sure that's blended in. But since I don't have it wet, I'm going to use my finger and just try to work a little faster. Just make sure it's blended in. And because I have some lines under my eye, I want to make sure it goes into the crease. Just like that. And then go back with my stippling brush and just blend it all. Blend it all together. Just like that. And there you go. It's looking good, guys. Looking good. I hope you can see it. Like that. This is a good stippling brush, but guys, it is a cheapo, okay? So look at this. Look, I've only had this for what? A week, and this is what I get. But the brush itself, the bristles themselves are just awesome. I just love it. So I could actually use this without this lower part here, so I'm fine. I'm okay. It's cheap. It's like, what, $2? I forget, but it's good. I'm not sure how long this will last, but for right now, it works. Okay, so now I have my foundation on. I think that looks pretty good. So, you know, you can put your bronzer on, your highlighter, contour if you want to do that, or you can just set your foundation as is. So I'm going to set this foundation with the Tasha Luminous, no actually, I will use my Mario Badescu Skincare Rose Water. I love using this first. And this just gives you a nice dewy finish. So guys, this is it. I hope you like it. It's just an easy, fast, you know, foundation routine. This is what I do almost every day. Usually to go to work, I just do one coverage, or one layer, should I say. So that's it, guys. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and like and hit subscribe. And I'm going to be coming out with another video. I'm going to go over bronzing and highlighting and all that good stuff. So why don't you hit the bell so you don't miss anything else or miss any of my videos coming up. And love chatting with you guys, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks. Bye.